Good morning. Today we are going to learn with a new topic which is known as JavaScript events. Do anyone know that what do you mean by an event? What do you mean by an event? See, event is nothing but it is just an activity, or we can say that it can be an action. Okay, event is nothing but it is just an activity or action which is performed by the user. Once the action has been performed, with this activity there will be a change in the environment. Okay, environment in the sense it can be applied to your whatever the changes you require, that will be applied to your browser. Okay, event is nothing but it is just an activity. That activity will represent a change in the environment. Okay, you can ask me what do you mean by an event? Okay, like there are some examples like mouse clicks. Okay, this is also an action like mouse click, right click, left click, that is also. Okay, or it can be called it as an pressing a keyboard buttons. See, right now I'm pressing something like this. So this is also an action which will be reflect to the environment. So event is nothing but it is just an activity that will be applicable to the change in the environment. What can be the events? It can be a mouse clicks, it can be a keyboard events, or it can be something else different for that. Okay. For these events which we are going to call it as an intrinsic events. Intrinsic events. Now what I have explained for the event along with the example like mouse click and pressing a keyboard buttons, for this we are going to call it as an intrinsic events. Okay. Now we will see what are the different types of events we have. Like usually we have like inline event handler approach and listener approach. Both are that similar. I mean, like it is very simple, which I have explained in the programs. Just even the notes you can read it. Just now I'll come up with your event objects. Come up with your event objects. Like event objects in the sense, just you have to perform some option. It will be reflected to the function, and then it will be applicable to your web pages. Now we will see one of the different types of events. Event types. The first one is mouse events. Mouse events. Can anyone guess what are the different types of mouse events we have? The first mouse event is on click. First one is on click. Usually in the previous examples we have worked on it. When I click any particular button, it has to move to that one particular function and it has to execute this function. The same way on click also it is this. Now 1.2 on BLCLICK, on BL click. Can anyone say me what is this on BL click? Students, on click in the sense just clicking one time. Whereas coming to the on BL click, we have to click double click. Okay, if you previously for this function, if you click one time, it will move to that particular action. But whereas coming to the on BL click, we have to click 2 times, then only it will move to your next function. Next 1.3. Just on mouse down. Like usually if you suppose we have one square box, if you have placed a cursor on that, it will display something. If we remove that particular cursor, it will be displaying something. In the sense the mouse was pressed down over an element. Okay, just mouse will be pressed over an pressed down over an element. For this, we are going to call it as an on mouse down. Now, on mouse up, opposite to your on mouse down. The mouse wave is pressed, it was released over on element. Suppose we have an example, like we have one square box. On that, if we maybe released it, so we may call that on mouse up function. 1.4 on mouse over. On mouse over. These are the functions, we can say that. So on mouse over, in the sense, like example, you can see my cursor here. When I place a cursor on this on click statement, something action should be performed. When I remove this mouse, something it has to be performed. Okay, on mouse over, in the sense the cursor should be placed on that particular text or button or something. It can be anything. It can be a division, it can be a paragraph. So when I place a cursor in that particular section, some action should be performed. For that, we are going to call it as an on mouse over. Now 1.5, we are going to call it as an on mouse out. On mouse out. Similar to this. So now I have placed a cursor on my on mouse out. Now if I remove this cursor from on my mouse out statement, some action should be performed for that. Okay. So this, and next we have on mouse move. 1.6 on mouse move. This says that statement, the mouse was moved while over an element. Over an element which is similar to your mouse over, we are going to work. Now in this all till this 6, I'll show one or two or three examples. Okay, now I'll come up with the on mouse out function. Okay, notepad. See here, you can check it out. I have created one division. I have created one simple division. I don't have any, I have not written anything here. One second. Notepad. See here, you can check it out. I have created one division, which is only one division I have created. Within this division, I have not written anything. So div id is equal to over, on mouse out is equal to out. Okay, style background hyphen color is equal and green, height 200 pixels, width 200 pixels. So now I have to create one division which is an height of 200 pixels and width of 200 pixels. When I place a cursor out from that particular section, the color should, this on mouse out function should be executed. Out function have to be get executed. Now when I place cursor from that section, out function will execute, like document or get element by id hover. If I remove it, e.style.display is equal to clan. Okay, now I'll save the code. And now I'll double click on it, on mouse out. So here you can check it out. There is an division which is of height 200 pixels and width 200 pixels. When I place this cursor on that, see, now it is disappeared. Okay, this is what your on mouse out will works. The same way, if I click for on mouse over, here you can check it out. Background color, height, width, pixels, just everything is same. Wait, something it went mistake. Give me 1 minute. On mouse over and mouse event are working the same. Okay, see, You can check it out. When I place, okay, sorry. See, when I place my cursor, it has to be disappeared. This is what we are going to call it as on mouse over. See, now I'm bringing my cursor onto this particular division. Now at that time, this particular division should disappear. See, now it has disappeared. This is on mouse over. These are the two events which I have created. Now I'll come back to the next type of events, which is called as keyboard events. Students, have you cleared? Have you understood what are the mouse events you have and what is mouse over and what is mouse out? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now on the keyboard events, we have three different types of functions. One is on key down. On key down is nothing but, see, I'm clicking on N and I'm not releasing that key. So you can check it out. This is on key down. I have not released. For that, we are going to call it as an on key down. Next 2.2, I'm going to call it as an on key press. In the sense, you have to keep pressing that. And 2.3, which is on key up. In the sense, you have to release the key which you have pressed. Okay, which you have on the key down, what it is saying, I'm pressing N on key down, press and release. Whereas coming to the on key press, you be on pressing. Whereas on key up, actually what you have pressed, you have to release it. That. Have you understood what are these three functions works? On key down, on key press, and on key up. Now I'll come up with this here. On key down event, I'll come up with this. Okay, on key down event. See here, you can check it out. I have one text box on key down. When I press the key, any key like any keyboard key, when I press down, automatically my function should be called, you have pressed a key inside the input field, you have to alert it. Okay, just you have to press, that's it. On key down, you should press it, that's it. So my function alert, you have to press on key down. When I double click this and your program runs here, now you can check it out. I have just placed a cursor here. Till now I have not entered anything. Now you can check it out. Still I'm pressing now B. I have not released. I'm just pressing now. You can check it out. I have pressed a key. You have got a alert box. You have got a alert box. You have pressed a key inside this, and then your action will be pressed. Now you can check it out. Another one function I'll be clicking on T. Now I'll click T. Now you see your key is pressed inside the text field you have got. Now you have got a T. I'm clicking on down D. Just I'll press it. I'll press the D key button. That's it. Now your action will perform. Once I click on OK, the D text will be appeared on the screen. Students, have you understood how the key down is working? Students, is it clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I'm going to explain for you on key up event. On key up event. Similar to on key down, it is this, but I have written different way. Input ID BG, on key up, change background, placeholder, write something style. See what is going to be happen here in the sense. Well, I'll press something. Suppose example, if I press on N until I release that N key, nothing action will be performed. Once I release that N key, here you can check it out. Your background color should be changed. bg.style.background color is equal to RGB ABC. So already I have specified A is equal to some value B and C. Okay. Here there is an on key up change background. When I release that particular key button, then it will move to the change background function, and that function will be going to get execute. Okay, now I'll show for you on key up event. See, I'll place a cursor here. Have not written anything. Now I'm pressing a L button. I'm pressing L button. Until I release it, you won't get anything. Until I release L button, you won't get any action. I have pressed, I have not yet released till now. Now I'm releasing, some color will be changed in that particular text box. Now I released it. You can check it out. This color is changed. Okay. Now what I'll do, okay, it is not. You can change the color with this particular, changing the values of your ABC. Here also I'll change it to 255. Here also I'll change it to 255. And I'll save the code. I'll close it. Now again I'll go back to this and I'll refresh the code here. Refresh. Now I'm clicking B button. Have clicked. I have not released that particular B button. Now I'm releasing it. Okay. Color has not changed, so value is not released for that. Okay. On key up event. And I'll change this color to 155. I'll save the code. I'll run the code now. See, now it is changed the same way. When I click any particular button, T, I'll press. Till now I haven't released. Once I release, the color will change. This is how the key up button works. Key up button works. Is it clear, everyone? How the key down button works, how key up button works. Students, is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now I will for you on press, in the sense key press event. Open with Notepad. See, in the body part there are two things. One is normal text, another one is script part. Here what I have written, input type is equal to text. On key press. See, I'll be pressing, key upon pressing. So once I keep on pressing, it has to move to this particular my function. It will say you have pressed a key inside the text field. It is different. No, this is same. I feel so. Wait, we'll check it out on key press. Okay, this is also same. On key press. You have pressed, it will be displayed. Similar to your on key down, on key press will be the same. Now, next event. Third, form events. Form events. 3.1. First one is on blur. First one is on blur. What is going to be here on blur in the sense the form elements get lost sometimes due to the click or tab key press. Sometimes it may, what I can say, it may release the data, or it may be, I can say, cancels the data, erases the data. 3.2. On change. This on change function, what is going to be changed? If sometimes if you want to change a value of some particular text, at that time we can make use of on change. 3.3 on focus. If you have a text box, when you place a cursor there, at that time your text box should get focus. That on focus we have worked. 3.4 versus on reset. On reset, when you want to reset the data of your form, at that time we can make use of on reset. Again, one is on select. When user selects some text, this event may occur. 3.6 on submit. When you submit a document, you have to get a statement that okay, your form is successfully submitted, like this. So at that time we are going to make use of on submit. In this, I'll be showing on focus. If I have written the code, I'll show it on focus. Okay, I'll come up with an on blur event. Justicate is very simple. When you write something, it will be displayed elsewhere. It will be a document body. That's it. On blur. On change event. Kindly have a look on it. I have not written anything. Just I have added one attribute which is equal to alert this dot value and type is equal to number. When you press some number, this will be showed with the value. That's it. When I run this, you're going to have one number text box. When I execute, when I write any number, that will be displayed on this screen. That's it. It shows in the alert. If you changed any number also, it will display. Again, when I click on OK, see. Now again, if I change it 6, okay, like this. Whenever it changes, it will shows the particular on change event. And on focus, already we have worked on it on focus. Now I'll show this also. Notepad. You can check it out here in the body part. Just I have taken one input, which is of ID. I have created an ID for input and on focus. When I click that particular text box, when I place a cursor and click in that particular text box or anything, it will move to your on focus. It will move to your focused function. In that focused function, I have written, have extracting the location of this input and it is checking, confirm, got it. Nothing I have not taken. Nothing I have taken. Just I have displaying something like called confirm, got it. That's it. I'll save the code on focus event. See, got it. When I place a cursor here, it is focusing in the sense. It is focusing, okay. It is changing the color in that particular text box, similar to that. Earlier, what we have did, we have changed the color of text box. Now I'm placing an alert in the place of text box. In the place of color of background color of text box, now I'm placing a text color. Sorry, alert. Okay, that I have. And this is about your form events. And another one we have, fourth one, which is called as frame events. Frame events. One is one minute, students. Okay, fourth one we have frame events. The first one is on abort. On abort. In the sense, here what is going to be done? The object stops from loading. It is going to stop a loading. It stops if you are loading anything. It stops the loading of your document. If it, I mean, it can be an any image or anything. It can be. Next, onload. Onload in the sense it starts loading of your document. Once its loading of your document is done, it may show some message. How the on abort is there, the same way on load. In the sense it is going to be get loaded the document. It can be loading of your image, anything. 4.3 we have on resize. If you want to resize something with respect to your image or with respect to the some PDF document like this, at that time we can make use of on resize event. On 4.4 we have on error. When some pages or some document is not loading to your web page, at that time on error event can be occurred. Okay, on error event can be occurred. When this error is going to be generated in the sense, when you're uploading your document to the web page, at that time it is not yet loaded completely. Some error you got it in the uploading. At that time on error we can make use of it. In the 4.5 we have on scroll. In the document we are viewing, we can make use of scroll. 4.6 on unload. On unload. What do you mean by this event? When you want to unload the document which is already loaded, at the time unload document can be used. Okay, it is just an statements for this. Okay, on abort, when you want to stop loading of any document, we can make use of on abort. On load, when your document or when your image is loading to that page, to the web page, at that time we can make use of on load. On resize, when you want to resize the document, at that time we can make use of event. This event. On error, when you're uploading your document, at that time when you got some any error, at this time we can make use of on error event. On scroll, when you want to scroll the document within the web page, we can make use of that on scroll event. On unload, when you have loaded the document, when you want to remove that loaded document, at that time we can make use of unload event. Now I'll show for you loaded event, onload event. Onload event. Notepad. Okay, here you can check it out. I have extracted the image from the one of the website. Why? Because again I have to download the image and I have to upload it. So I directly have extracted the link. I have an image tag. Here it is an opening, here it is closing. Onload is equal to alert image completely loaded. In the sense when it is loading the document, at that time we are going to use the statement. Source is equal to from this particular location you have to extract the image. If this image is not there, we are going to display this particular alternative name. That's it. I'll save the code now and I'll execute the code. See, still it is loading. So when I click on this, automatically your image is loaded to your web page. That's it, on load. On mouse over on copy event. Okay. I will show this on key up event. See, on key up event, in the sense I have to release the key. Then what is going to be happen? You can check it out. I have created one paragraph. In that I have created one text. For that, I had given f name on key up. When I release that particular key which I have pressed, at that time it has to move to this on my function. At that time, what it is going to be done, it extracts the location of that particular text and it displays the value. What I'm going to do here, x dot value dot to uppercase. Whatever the value which I have pressed, I am converting to the uppercase. That's it. I'll show the output for this. See, here I am pressing D. Okay. Now I pressed and I released. See, now it is getting DD. Now I'm pressing Y. Once I pressed and I released, it will be converting to your capital Y. Now I pressed and released. See, now it is converting to your Y. I pressed O, it released. See, when I released the key, it will be converting to your capital letters. This is on key up event. Students, everyone have understood this event types like mouse events, keyboard events, form events, frame events. Still, do anyone have a doubts? Still, anyone have a doubts?
No, sir.
Patel Achyut? Arpita?
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Amit?
Yes, sir.
Ishanya?
Yes, sir.
Darshika? Yashwant?
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Okay, fine. Fine, we'll stop here and we'll continue in the next class. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.